back injuries. North Melbourne has had to train without John Stelzer, who has back problems, and they've definitely lost Larry Sangstock for a while. He has a bulging disc. Mark Leader, just for a change, has torn cartilage in his knee.
After 5 days, I'll start on the bicycle and in the pool and stuff like that for about a week. And after 2 weeks, I'll be back on the court shooting around, and then just take it by how it feels. You know, if it's swelling or whatever, I'll have to sit down. But if it's healthy, I'll be right back at that stage. So.
If you can cover those injuries like we did with Paul last year, then that's what makes a good team in the champion team. So we're looking for the guys just to step up and take the extra load while we get ourselves right.
Sydney's only remaining casualty after a bad run is also a back injury. Greg Hubbard hasn't trained this week.
Your back's one of those things where if you get trouble with it, you've kind of got to take care of it. I've never had a back injury before, so I don't really know, how to cope with it. It's just something I've got to put up with, and yesterday was great. Today I woke up and it's hurting again, so it's just one of those things. I've got to take care of it and make sure that it's 100% before I come back and try to play again.
Out west.
Always want to play. I want to play. But the coach won't let me.
Scott Fisher is still having treatment for an injured shoulder and won't play in this weekend's double road trip.
And I won't play if it's not pretty close to 100%, because it's just not something we want to risk for further down the line.
Former Perth great Pete Hansen will fill in for the Fish under the NBL's import replacement rule.
Hey, I went to California with the team in November, had a good series there, and I think I'd step in and help out as much as possible.
The good news for Perth, Anthony Stewart has been cleared to take the court despite a broken finger.
He has got a chip in the bone and a couple of ligaments a little bit stretched, but we think we can tape that and he'll be able to play.
Brisbane's also had to bring in a former import to replace their injured banger Chris Monk. Dave Colbert is now on a limited deal with the Bullets. He'll debut against Geelong on May 27. Meanwhile, Monk's ankle looks pretty bad.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to sit there and watch, and knowing you could go in and contribute.
We all have to take a step up and get on the rebounding edge on the other team, and I think that the last two games we've out-rebounded our opponents.
The Bullets announced another big promotion this week, with McDonald's signing up to sponsor junior development in Queensland. Speaking of which, Bruce Palmer has hauled in a promising junior by the name of Eric Van Ass to train with his team.
It's hard training at first, but once you get over who they really are, it's just a lot of fun.
No need to tell you what Eric will be kicking when he gets on the court. On a happier note, the Cannons report all is well as they go through a very tough road trip this weekend. With the last word on the Mitsubishi Challenge, Canberra's dynamic new import, Javon Scales, who's been banging with our best.
I didn't know it was going to be this tough, and it's not a problem because I love competition, but it kind of surprised me.
Perfect plays and marvellous mid-air magic from the man who's been to the fountain of youth.
Here's Crawford, showtime, reverse layup, do you mind?
Likewise, a rose by any other name would not be as sweet as this play. Some classic D-Mac behind the back jack, and Rod Johnson is there. But let's go back to JC for a truly frustrating play. He blocks Jeff Arnold once and twice. Feeling rejected, Jeff?
That wasn't a replay, folks.
Our shooting stars this week. Check the assist from the hammer, and John Riley explodes from the perimeter yet again.
Riley for the big, massive three!
This time it's Heel all by himself.
Goes over the top of Walter!
And Bruce Palmer, what a reaction. Time for our snapshots. And for better or worse, go to a Wildcats game. A logical proposal.
The lady has agreed to get married. The proposal made in public here just moments ago.
And you've heard of a good no call. How about a good no react? Ricky Grace. Butter wouldn't melt in his mouth. We'll finish with dazzling dunks and Leonard Copeland with the jam and the glam.
Copeland, two-handed jam.
Even Darren Lucas is getting in on these Sam McKinnon alley-oops. Leon Trimmingham in your faces.
Watch this one. Kaboom!
And some tigerish transition.
Cofield on Gaze on Cofield, inside he goes, back to Gaze, feeds to Smith, and...
But cop this, marvellous Mike Mitchell, the solo slam.
we see a violation straight from the tip-off. It'll be a roller's ball.
That's one way to win the tap.
A reasonable crowd here today. Peter Hill, the captain of the side, held high. But tonight, another victory for South East Melbourne Magic. The Gold Coast have another week to register their first win in season 1995 of the Mitsubishi Challenge. Trevor Torrance had 25.